So this week, as promised, Republicans, who now control the House, set up a new committee modeled after the famous Frank Church Committee of the 70s to investigate the FBI and the intel agencies, which are playing what appear to be decisive roles in American politics. Now, that's an offense against democracy. You can have a democracy in which government agencies secretly work to control the outcome. That's tyranny, of course. No decent person should want that. But Republicans, Democrats, rather than welcoming the scrutiny and the transparency, the sunlight, are responding with panic. Watch this.
Today, we have the first of their many demands on display, an open-ended investigation into whatever conspiracy theories may be headlining the right-wing echo chamber at the moment.
Mr. Speaker, I rise in strong opposition to H-Res 12, the Insurrection Protection Committee.
This is all about deep state nonsense.
Let's call it what it really is. The Republican Committee to Obstruct Justice.
Russia is one of our most dangerous adversaries. We're in the middle of a national security quagmire. And to undermine that through investigations of the FBI and Central Intelligence is going to be extremely dangerous.
The MAGA extremist fringe of the Republican Party will use this committee to push QAnon conspiracy theories and lies from Truth Social. They're going to use it to gin up fake investigations into non-existent scandals. I think we need to just start calling this the tinfoil hat committee.
Oh, so there's verification right there. If you're wondering if the federal agencies, FBI, CIA, and a bunch of others are actually being used as tools of the Democratic Party to change political outcomes, now we know for sure. Because if you're a government official and you are panicked at the idea that what you are doing will become public, you're doing something wrong by definition. And it's not just the intel agencies whose behavior they want to keep secret. Democrats in Congress also don't want you to have any idea where the $100 billion went that we've sent to Ukraine. So we spent $100 billion to Ukraine, and then Condi Rice, who's still talking about foreign policy in public, amazingly, announces this weekend that Ukraine is losing. Okay, so where'd all the money go? Well, you can't know that. It went to Zelensky and his wife. What'd they do with it? This weekend, Joe Biden announced that we're going to send still more billions to Ukraine this month.
Today, we jointly announced, you've already gotten copies of it, a statement saying that we're going to increase the support for Ukraine. We are going to provide the Bradley infantry fighting vehicles, the United States, to the Ukrainians, and the Germans are going to provide the Marder infantry fighting vehicles that they have to the Ukrainians. And in addition, we're going to help defend Ukraine against Russian air attacks. Germany's also announced that today it's going to provide the Ukrainians to deal with the air attacks, a Patriot air defense system. We're going to provide an additional Patriot air defense battery.
This is crazy, but there's actually a reason for it. People are getting very rich from this. People are getting very rich from this. That's why Washington supports it. And very soon, we're going to give you a case study on who exactly is getting rich from it. Some of the people who are promoting this war that is killing an endless number of Ukrainians are personally benefiting from it, and you should know that. But the cost to us is profound. In fact, we're sending so much military equipment to Ukraine, to Zelensky and his wife, that we're running out of weapons for our own military to defend our own country. And that's not a guess. The Secretary of the Navy, Carlos del Toro, just said that out loud. Quote, "With regards to deliveries of weapons systems for the fight in Ukraine, yeah, that's always a concern for us. If the conflict does go on for another 6 months or another year, it certainly continues to stress the supply chain in ways that are challenging." In other words, you can either defend Ukraine's borders or you can defend the United States of America. Which is it? Well, most members of Congress are choosing Ukraine, which tells you everything. But a small number are coming to their senses. In the House, Thomas Massie of Kentucky is one of them.
We've spent more in Ukraine, the U.S. Congress has, than we spend on all of our roads and bridges in an entire year. The entire infrastructure of this country, the roads and bridges, the real infrastructure. We don't spend as much on that here as we've spent on Ukraine in 9 months. I think that's despicable. Our priorities are all out of whack. And I'll finish with this. We're trying to get the documents here to find out where the money went. What we really need is a full audit.
So this is a crime against our country being perpetrated by the Democratic Party with the full buy-in of most Republicans. But a few have dissented. J.D. Vance just started in the U.S. Senate representing the state of Ohio. Subscribe to the Fox News YouTube channel to catch our nightly opens, stories that are changing the world and changing your life. From Tucker Carlson Tonight.